Hi, I'm Kim Crosby. We're going to the second part now about how to find or understand core beliefs or negative core beliefs because they're tricky. So this part two, I'm going to talk about how we find the core belief, but more specifically, because in a room, I can have 100 people who feel worthless. They all found that when they find a memory or they've been to a past life and they see the experience that gave them a perception about themselves, you could have I feel worthless or I'm worthless. But it's specifically how you feel worthless, because I can do a session on every individual in those 100 people, and each session is going to be unique. The thinking pattern of how they feel worthless is going to be unique to each individual. And this is really fascinating because we love to compare and judge each other, but when in actuality, we are so different and unique, and especially in our thinking patterns. So I'm going to give you an example of my life, so it makes it simple for some people to help them pinpoint in their own lives how to find things. So we're back in experience and perceptions, and I have the same drawing as last time. This is you, and these are the people who you're interacting with. Now, I told you in the last video, go to a memory, how to pinpoint how it made you feel. So when I was really young, I remember I was about 5 or 6 years old, and my parents had just separated, and my father was bringing us back to my mother. And there was this big fight. I can't even remember the fight, but I know we're outside. I remember the car. This is what I mean when you're, breaking it down, all the memories and the details. I'm sitting on the floor with my brother on the ground. It's dark, and I'm thinking, that's what you have to do. You have to really realize what is actually going on through your head. And I remember thinking, my parents are yelling, the neighbors are going to hear, and they're really going at each other, saying really mean things to each other. And it made me feel really scared. And my problem in life is a lot about anxiety. I was terrified. People may think, how this whole fight may go. What are they going to implicate me in it? And I just remembering feeling, gosh, I really felt small, powerless. There you go. And then I kept going to other memories. Do I feel more small or more powerless? And every time I saw a memory or I was triggered in my daily life, I really paid attention to the feeling I got and see if that's something that was repetition, familiar, and is the thought familiar. So I asked people to look through their memories and try and find an event in this current life and pinpoint your feelings. And through those feelings, if you let them yourself feel them, sentences will come up in your head. And the more you do it, you will pinpoint it to one specific thing. Either I'm worthless, I'm useless, I'm nothing, I'm a loser, I'm powerless, I'm hopeless. You'll find a list of this, okay? I'm disgusting. I've had clients who've had that, and you find it. And this is where you find your core belief, but it doesn't end there. It's how specifically do you feel worthless? What happens? What kind of triggers? And it goes on. So you really have to break down exactly how you feel useless, because useless can be in different ways. Somebody can be extremely perfectionist, hardworking, burn themselves out into a burnout and feel useless. And it could be someone at work. And then I can have a mother who doesn't go to work but stays home but has feelings, I can't manage my familyhood. I have so much washing and cleaning and getting the groceries and fixing the house and getting the kids at school, and they feel useless. It's similar, and I say this a lot, it's same but different, is that you do get to feel useless in different circumstances and different events, but the core belief is the same. So you can have all the same core belief, but the situation is different. So you have to break down, how exactly do I feel worthless? And you have to really sit down. And this is why we use meditation. A lot of the time when we meditate, we focus on relaxation. And that is important because it does shut off the mind to give it a break. You should do that. But there's also interactive meditation where you really focus, okay, I felt worthless in this moment. I remember it. But how specifically did I feel worthless? Did I feel small? Did I stop talking? Did I become aggressive? Did I start crying? Did I stop pursuing things in my life? Did I shut down? Did I freeze? Did I panic? And I could just go on. You really have to break down exactly what you do when you're in this core belief. And what happened? What triggered it? what kind of triggers? Is it something people say? Is it a particular person? Sometimes it's our mothers, our fathers, our brother, our best friend. Every time they say a specific thing, we jump out. We have to look at that. What happened and who does this to us? Because sometimes certain people will trigger us. And when a lot of the time can be, we hear mommy issues or daddy issues. It's because those people push our buttons. They push them because we had a perception and an experience. And when we hear that word or we get that look, right away, we go back to our thoughts and we hit the core belief every time. And this is when you start doing this, you'll start realizing, and my clients say this a lot when they see either a memory or a past life, they go, oh yeah, I feel weak again. Oh yeah, I'm helpless. It repeats so often that they notice it, and that's when they start using it in their daily life. And it's in the triggers, which we're going to talk about later in the next part. Every time you're triggered, whatever person or situation or wherever event you are, you go there. And then try to break it down. Why do I feel worthless in this situation? When they say this, I feel that. So the more you break this down, and this is the secret of it, the more you really pay attention on specifically how do you feel useless, worthless, powerless, and so on, and you notice who pushes your buttons, you notice how you go there, that's key. Because once you know that, you've got an awareness. So when the trigger does happen, boom, you can sort of go, wait a minute, here I go. I'm going into my pattern that you broke it down. So I hope that helped. Give me some comments. I'm really curious how you guys are managing it. And if there's any questions or suggestions, I'd love to hear them. Thank you.